Within the last 20 years, China has massively increased its economic and political footprint on the continent of Africa. In fact, trade between China and Africa has now increased to an estimate of $210 billion. This is, by the way, in addition to the billions of dollars that China provides to Africa through foreign aid. This relationship is one of the most significant relationships of our time. It cries out for greater scrutiny. African and Chinese journalists have been covering it, but deep investigative reporting is still missing.
This is why we're building a website, Dragonline, a China-Africa reporting network. Dragonline is a news and resource website that will incubate and promote story ideas. It will facilitate the connections among Chinese and African journalists who want to better tell the story of China's presence in Africa.
We believe that when journalists put a spotlight on transparency and accountability, citizens begin to talk about issues and citizens begin to demand change. Citizens begin to take action to improve their societies and their communities. Our mission is to build the professional capacity of key Chinese and African journalists and enable them to tell these stories effectively and objectively.
So, how will we get there? We're building the website of Dragonline. The website will focus on data journalism and journalism training. We're currently researching how to access and use the existing data on China's economic activities in Africa. We are creating a database of Chinese and African journalists and will connect them through a network. Dragonline will train the journalists how to use big data to cover the story of China in Africa. Those journalists will also be connected to the mentors who can provide ongoing journalism training and professional support. We are negotiating partnerships with tech firms, universities, media outlets, and non-profit organizations.
So what makes us different from other organizations attempting to understand this critical and sometimes, frankly, messy relationship? Well, unlike those organizations, DragonLion is an action-oriented news and resource portal. We will not lobby or engage in political campaigns. We believe that millions of lives are affected every single day as a result of this relationship. We think that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of stories that are yet to be uncovered as a result of this relationship. Please follow us as we begin to build a collaborative effort between Chinese and African journalists and train them to access and use available data so that they can flash a light on one of the most significant international relations issue of our time, the China-Africa relations. Thank you very much.